Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So previously we have learned about music introduction, that is on rhythm, and we did some, in our lesson 2 we did rhythm classifications. In our next lesson we are going to do dotted rhythms. First dealt with simple rhythms, now we are going to deal with dotted rhythm, then after the dotted rhythm we are going to deal with compound uh, rhythms or compound time signature, if you may call them so. So in our lesson, dotted rhythm, what is a dotted rhythm? An example, you will have a crochet that has a dot on its right hand side. What is the meaning of this dot? We say that the dot, we know the value of one crochet is tar. A one crochet will summarize, will give you one full beat in simple time signatures. Pa, ta, that is just one crochet. Now, when you put a dot, you add something else. We say a dot is equivalent, half the value of the main value. So, if this is a crochet, then it means that our dot signifies a quiver. So, this will be equal to a crochet plus a quiver, all played together. And the value of this dotted crochet is equivalent to the value of a crochet plus a quiver, whereby you now the value of this knot here increases by half of its own value. So it goes ta, ta, ah. It's like adding another ah here. So you go ta, ah, ta, ah, and you are done. Then, so every time you find one dot, it means half the value of the main value. Then sometimes you get to have a crochet with two dots. Then here we say that the second dot is half the value of the first dot. So in this one, this value of this knot here, it will be a crochet, you add a quiver, you add a semi quiver, all played together, all of them played together. So when you are clapping or when you are singing, you have to make sure that this value is as long as whatever is indicated here on the right hand side. So these rhythms are normally incorporated in, when you are creating a melody or you are making your own song. You incorporate these rhythms so that you create a variety of your own melody and it becomes original. The way you use these dotted rhythms is just upon you. So we can find more rhythms. Dotted rhythms. Dotted rhythms can be in, that could be a meaning, which is dotted. It could be a quiver, which is dotted. It could be a semibreve, which is dotted. Remember, all the times, the dot must be on the right hand side. If you are writing this on the staff, then past the third line of the staff, you will find that your crochet will be inverted. And then the dot always remain on the right hand side. All of them, for all the inverted nodes, make sure that the dot is always on the right hand side, same as those ones that have an upright stem. So in doing this, we can do a few mathematical equations. You would try to take what is the value of this? What is the value of this in terms of the normal rhythm? The normal rhythm that we learned before in our lesson 1 and 2. This, let us make this in its own value and the value that is added. So you find that it is a meaning, you add a crochet. Remember, the first dot is equal to half the value of the main note value. Then the second one, first is the quiver, then you add half of the quiver is a semiquaver, all played together. The last one here, it is the semiclave itself plus half the value of the semiclave. If you refer the tree diagram for the rhythms, you will find that it is a meaning. All of this they have, when it is dotted, the value is this, but you have to combine. You have to combine, don't play two notes. You play one note, which length is equivalent to what is here below. So this is just a simple illustration of dotted rhythm, and the dotted rhythms are all applied the same, either in compound or in simple time signature. The value of the dot doesn't change. It always remains half the value of the main note value. So if you understand that, then every time you find a dot, make sure that in your mind you interpret that the standing note of the main note is double the dot, or rather you say the dot is half the main note. And by doing that, you have understood everything. So let us try a few examples in simple time signatures for the dotted rhythm combined with the normal rhythm that we are used to. First, we did, after doing the classifications of rhythms, we have the duple, the triple, and the quadruple. We start with the first one, the duple, a time signature in duple. Basic one will be 2/4, so we try in 2/4, and another one in 3/4, and another one in 4/4. You have covered all the three classifications of the time signatures. So this one we start with a dotted. So this is just a simple illustration in 2/4 time. We'll also try another one. So first for this one, we try and clap. Remember, every time you see a dot, you interpret that the dot is half the value of the main note. To interpret the first one, just know that this should be a crochet plus a quiver, these played together. So the value of this note here should be as long, should take the time taken to clap this up to here. Normally, you would find that you clap, normally it would be written like this. Normally, it would be written like this. But when you employ the dotted rhythms and now you shift this to this side, then you have a dotted crochet, and here, normally you would have clapped these ones as ta, 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 ta. Here, ta, ta, for this. But when you do the dotted rhythm, you do away with this ta here, and you put it to the first note. You pull it to the first note, and that's why you have this tie here for the two notes. Now, we are going to try and grab this. So you have to grab ta, ta, te, normally, but now omit the t, t, and say ta, a, te, ta, a, te, ta, a, te. So you just grab here and here. An example, ta, a, te, ta, a, te, ta, a, te. Now, to make it simple and sound more entertaining, just do away with the te and write a t. For all the rhythms that something is done, it is not normally the way it is supposed to be. The French rhythm, you can adjust it. So this one will go ta, a, ti, ta, a, ti, Then, the way you clap this is definitely the same. You will clap this here. But this one take the value of a minute. This is a whole bar. This is a whole measure here. But this one is only one crochet. So the time here is longer, but the time here is short. So what you do, you shorten this. It has to be within one crochet. One crochet length is so T. Imagine you are going to grab the semiquavers, combine the first three and be left with the last one. Change, just write the same T. So it will be T. So if somebody was clapping against you, one crochet, you'll find that every time after you say T, you are going to get on the next beat. Having learned of this and this, now it's our time to grab the whole rhythm line. Just a reminder, grab this as T and this as T. So let us try. Once again. Remember, always try, make sure you try these rhythms, and every time you are trying the rhythm, say the French words. They will help you to understand how the rhythms sound better. So every time you are clapping and you say them, they will get into your fingertips. So we try another one. The same time signature. The same time signature. So for this one, remember, you just transfer the knowledge from our previous example, and this one you just take it here, and we are clapping now. Again. Again, last time. You practice this, you can make your own, provided you know what you are writing. Just make your own rhythm, clap it as many times as you can, so that you'll be able to understand these rhythms, the dotted rhythms. If you combine them with the others, they are very, very easy. Now we try another one in 3/4 time signature. This is a simple one in 3/4 time signature. Just look at it now. We have just introduced another one rhythm, another one dotted rhythm that was not there before. A meaning plus half of it is just 3 crochet, which corresponds to our time signature. So in one bar, and you have a dotted meaning. In 3/4 time, you don't need to write anything else. A dotted meaning is just one full bar in 3/4 time signature. So grabbing this, we have already done this and this. So this one is easy. The 3 of them again. Again. You are done. This is in 3/4 time signature. In 4/4, we try one in 4/4 time signature. In 4/4 time signature. 4/4 time signature. Now we have just only introduced something else. One more rhythm plus an additional rhythm here. The way you just interchange the values in the rhythm so that you get a good, simple, somehow an interesting rhythm for you to be able to create a good melody or create a good rhythm. So we clap this, nothing new. These are just 3 crochets. This is 1 crochet, but remember you have to clap it as we did in our previous dotted rhythm clapping. So for this one you go ta 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 and you are done. You have to make sure that your crochet is consistent. Do not go ta and then ta 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 ta. You'll be creating some irregular time signature for yourself. So just make sure that your crochet is ta ta. It can bounce from the start to the end consistently. So we try again. Ta 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 and we are done. So try create your own rhythms, as many as you can, and then you'll be in a good place when it comes to dotted rhythms. So that's it for this lesson for the dotted rhythms. Make sure that if this content helps you, help another person, share as much as you can, subscribe, like, give us a comment, anything that you want me to clarify, just leave me a comment. I will do that in our next lesson.